Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog. I am walking on a piece of private in Ohio right now, actually. I picked up this piece a couple years ago from a friend that I used to work with. His family owns a little piece in Ohio. It's about 70 acres or so, and he said, yeah, you can hunt it, and so here I am. I actually bought a turkey tag for Ohio, which requires you to buy a hunting license, and so my Ohio tag is not going to be very much this year, so I thought I might as well come and take an advantage of it. I'm actually pretty near the Exodus headquarters, so this evening I'm going to put a camera up on this farm that I can hunt, and then tomorrow we're going to go to Exodus headquarters. I'll show you guys around their building a little bit, and then me and Chad are going to go scouting a bunch of public land around here, so should be fun. Something that a lot of people have already told me to do here in Ohio is you can actually bait in Ohio, which I'm not going to bait for hunting purposes, but I'm just kind of trying to find a central location that I think a lot of deer would make their way through, and I'm just going to throw out a little corn, I guess. Something I really haven't done before, but people say it's an effective way to get inventory of the deer. I was here a couple years ago in the wintertime and just scouted it out, and there's actually a really nice swamp that I'm really going to focus on, and so I'm kind of walking the transition of this swamp to see where all the deer filter out of it, and then there's some bean fields up that way, and then there's one back in there. The farmer is spending a lot of time out in that front bean field clearing out a fence row. So I'm going to focus on the back a little bit because he said he's out there about every day. And I can see the bucks kind of not wanting to go out in that field during daylight hours right now. They probably go out there at night, but I can see them kind of backdooring and going to this backfield. So there's a little low area down here. Kind of expect the deer to use that. I'm going to kind of find the best scenario that I feel for a trail camera and go put it up there. Made it to the back of the backfield here. I just kind of made a circle in the woods in there, and it's pretty open woods, and I suspect that the big deer will be bedding in that swamp back there, but I'm gonna just kind of walk down the edge of this bean field real quick and then go set the camera up either A, outside of that swamp, or B, over here on this inside corner right here. There was a doe just ran out of this field, but yeah, not seeing a lot of tracks at all. It also rained pretty good, I think, a few days ago here, so that could be why. I just walked this kind of half of this bean field right now, and not a lot of sign, honestly. You can see some browse area back in that corner, but nothing crazy. It tells me there's a bunch of deer here. A few tracks here and there, but nothing real fresh. So I think I'm gonna go back up here by this swamp, get the camera out, and get to where I'm staying tonight, because it's getting late. It's almost 9 o'clock now, so I don't have much time before it gets dark on me. I didn't get my workout in today. Usually every morning I'll walk 2 miles with a 50-pound rucksack on. So, getting my workout in now. The farmer did mention to me that down by this creek, which I assume is right down there, is a creek. He's jumped a buck up there 4 times. So, didn't really give me many details about what kind of buck or anything. Probably wasn't a big one if he was, you know, he just said it was a big one if it was, but so at least there's something in here, I guess. All right, well, you can't see it, but I got the camera set up here. Essentially what I did was I just put it along, see that water down there? There's a creek that runs out of that swamp. It goes along this creek, and then out into that bean field you can see out there. I just put the camera kind of following this creek. There's a decent deer trail coming from that swamp that's about 150 yards from here. I just put that bag of corn out right there, and I think it should work to get some inventory of what's in this on this farm to see if it's worth making the trip back in here this coming fall. So, all right, let's get back to the truck and get to where I'm going. One thing I figured out real quick with putting out corn was you feed more coons than you do deer. But after a few days of the coons raiding the corn, I did end up getting a couple bucks that were decent size on this farm. So got something to look forward to this fall in Ohio. Sure is a beautiful evening tonight. The next morning I headed into the Exodus headquarters. That group of guys have really piled up a lot of big deer over the years, and they have them displayed nicely to look at inside their headquarters. After I was done gawking over the deer and getting the background story of all of them, Chad made me a set of the new MMT arrows, and it was really cool seeing how they go through each arrow detailedly for the correct spine and weight and fletch them to the exact specs for every arrow. Then Cameron, who hosts a Deer Gear podcast and runs a lot of the Exodus YouTube channel, did a little tour for me of the Exodus headquarters.
All right, folks, welcome to the Exodus Outdoor Gear headquarters. Let's take a look around. These here, shelving racks, house cameras, accessories, apparel. Got new shirts in. And over here we have shipping station. This is Bobby, newest employee here.
Hi.
Over here in our arrow building station. So the Exodus MMT is new for us this year, and this is where all the arrows are built. Front ends are built here, spined over there, fletched over there, and shipped over there. But the real fun stuff is back over this way. We have kind of some little workstations over here, some partitions built. As you can hear behind me, Jared, customer service rep, taking some calls, selling some cameras and arrows. There's Jared there.
Basically just some like eye shine or anything like that.
And here's Lucas's office here. He helps me out with the content here for Exodus. Anything you see on our YouTube channel, he's the man behind the lens. And this is kind of where we make all of our content. This is the content studio. This is where we spend most of our time throughout the week, recording podcasts, Whitetail Cribs, intros, the gear gadget episodes that are a lot of fun. You've seen Josh on those before. This is that. Pretty nice space. It's kind of messy right now, but you'll see Josh on that studio there here in a little bit. And then back a little further, we have some empty spots here on the wall for the deer we're going to kill this year. And then this is the infamous Kansas buck from Chad last year. Chad's office is back there. It's usually a mess. We don't go back in there. We have a little kitchen area there. We got our big whiteboard with our goals for the year. And then this is kind of my office. Again, kind of a mess. But this is where I do all of my editing and put videos out for the world to see. But not a huge place. We do have a new storefront coming up in the front of the office there, but there's nothing in there, nothing to see. But that's coming soon too, so that's pretty exciting. But that's a quick little rundown of the Exodus headquarters.
All right, just recorded a podcast at Exodus headquarters, and me and Chad are going to hit some public around here in the northern half of Ohio. So, you've been here, you haven't been here where we're going.
I've never been back into this portion. I've hunted some of the southern area of this particular piece.
Gotcha. Just like an island out there, right?
There's a couple islands, yeah, that look pretty interesting. And there was a bigger deer killed here a couple years ago, and just during the rut with all the ag ground around at night, I mean, you see so many deer come back and forth just across this main road. It's always been a place I had interest in, just never made it. Made it over here. It's not the best time to do it, but
yeah,
better than not doing it.
Horse flies a little bit and whatnot, but yep, we're gonna give her a shot, see what we find. I'm full of Ricky poo here. Oh crap. Made it. So we finally got into this little island that we were making our way to. How far do you think we walked, Chad?
Maybe half mile. Maybe?
Yeah, it's not real far.
Maybe
but,
not even that.
it's a little rough getting in here. There's real tall, swampy stuff you had to get through, and I don't know, the island maybe 4 acres, 3 acres, something like that. Not a gigantic island, but there is quite a bit of oaks in here, and a couple smaller rubs, lots of tracks on the outside of it and stuff, and underneath this here maple tree, some old scrapes. So I think Chad's going to put him a cell camera up here and see what's living out here, and we're gonna keep looking around. All right, here's the setup. Got the render with solar panel on the back of it. Probably won't get a lot of sun through the trees here, but at least it's something. And then scrapes underneath the maple. You guys can see some of the old licking branches here. There's one. Looks like they tore that one down. So, see what happens.
Getting photos already.
Onward. Yeah. So we just put that cell camera on. We're 40 yards from it, and came out here to this little waterway point that goes out into the swamp, and sure enough there's a big old track coming into the island. So I think we're gonna go grab that cell camera and move it here to this area, and I think it'd be a better spot anyway. So that trail is right there, going kind of paralleling that waterway that goes out there, and Chad stuck the camera up right here by all this poison ivy, so he's dealing with that, not me. I'll be in the hospital tomorrow if I get into that too much.
I heard Steven Ornella say once he's teaching his kids to hunt so they'll have cool friends when they grow up. Although I never thought about it that way, it's pretty true. When I was younger, I chose my friends based on the fact that they were hunters. And not much has changed over the years. And the older I get, the more important it is to share the woods with friends. Whether it be scouting a hot day in July or dragging a big buck out of a swamp. Call a buddy up and have some fun. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you haven't went over and checked out the Before the Echo channel me and Dan are working on, go and check it out. It has daily beastly content going up, and if you like the content on this channel, you'll love the content over there as well. Just click this link and subscribe and check it out.